Hello, in this video we're going to show you how you use cards together to make like a combo. This just gives you an example of actually just, in essence, one action that we're going to take, which will be outreach. So we've got our cards, this is like the beginning of the actions phase, and we want to put together a good outreach. We've got a whole load of different cards here. I'm going to sort of tell you the ones that are relevant, not tell you absolutely everything. Peter's isn't relevant. We've got Simon making a guest appearance here as an extra world card. His ability is that he can go as a fourth member on an outreach, so hopefully we can get 4 people together to go on an outreach. Normally you're limited to 3. This sailor makes ready 1 person, so it makes them stop being commissioned or exhausted and brings them back. The centurion exhausts and allows you to use somebody else's power twice, and the prophet allows you to look at the top event deck card or 3 other face down cards. Lastly, the noblewoman has +3 faith on the next outreach. So we begin the phase by taking an event card and we place that here, and it's Apostles attacked. Exhaust all the leaders at the start of the round. So Peter gets exhausted, that goes upside down. So that's frustrating. We want to use Peter. The other thing I didn't mention is the location. Our location is Athens, so its power is Gentiles are considered 1 lower resistance. So when we go out to evangelize, the Gentile cards that we look at when we evangelize are going to cost 1 less against our faith. In my hand I also have a card which is Feed the Hungry, so I'm probably going to play this because what it does, it allows me to gain 1 health and +2 to each of the outreach actions this round. So when I play it I'll be able to add +2. Now looking at what we've got here, you've got different choices because some characters are multi-use. So for example the prophet, I could use her to go on outreach and she could contribute 2 faith to the outreach, great. But I might want to use her power instead. So you choose, or which one do I want to do? The centurion can make somebody do their power twice. Now in this case we're focusing on evangelism. One of our best cards for that is this one that gives us +3. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to exhaust the centurion. I'm going to allow her ability to activate twice basically. So when I do, so let's do it now. So basically she uses her ability, so it says add +3 to the next outreach action. So it's going to add +6, which is like a big buff. We then want to put together a team, ideally of 4, so that we can utilize Simon's ability, but we've only got 3 people up at the moment. So we got like, should we recover someone? So this guy could get tapped. So he's worth 2 faith on a mission. But if I tap him, commission, if he's commissioned with his special ability, he could bring back Peter from being exhausted, all the way around from exhausted, because his special ability is make ready. And he can contribute 4 faith. Now, we're still at the point where we've got 1, 2, 3 characters we can take. So we can't sort of make full advantage of this ability. So if we want to use the prophet, then we're going to have to decide, should we use her 2 faith or should we go with 7? And then we've got +6 though, so it's 13, so that's pretty good already. But what I want to do is if I use the prophet for actual power, which is good for our little example, as I go to what it allows you to do is take 3 cards and look at them. Okay, so she's going to prophesy about who we're going to meet when we go out. And so we basically get to look at them before we draw them. Because what normally happens if you haven't read the rules is, what we're going to do is take this 7 faith +6, so 13 faith, to pick a number of cards from the deck. The number of cards is decided by me, so it's like, how much do I want to risk it taking extra cards? With a prophet card, I'm mitigating that risk, and I'm going to look before I get a chance, before that happens. So I'm going to look and I find there's 2 people and their resistance is 4 + 5, which is 9. And there's an activity card, so that's 0 basically. However, this guy's a Gentile And so Athens give me a -1 on his resistance. The actual resistance I'm looking at in the top 3 cards is not 9, but 8. And then I can put them back in any order, but I'm just going to put them back as they are. So it's 8. And I know I'm going in with 13. So I think, well, okay, well, I've seen 3 of the cards and it was 8. So I've got like 5 more to play with. So that's probably safe to draw 1 more card, or I could risk it and go for 2 more cards. Well, I've also got this, so I'm going to play this ability. So it's going to heal my Church 1 health. That's one of the things it does. And it adds another 2, so I've got 15 to go into the thing. So now I know that there's an activity card, the 3rd one. I'm going to risk pulling 5 cards. So this is my actual go. Like, okay, we're going to go for it now. 5 cards is what we're going to go for. And then we look, so we knew these 3 were there. And then we've got a 5 more, so that's quite a high, but it's not too high because it was 8 plus 5, so that's 13, and an activity card, so that's 0, so that's a success. So we've managed to utilise our team and do a successful outreach, and we've actually got 5 cards, which is actually a really, really good result. Lastly, we look at the resistance that's brought in, and we've brought in 13 points of members into our church. We put the 2 action cards in our hand. The members, these members, we're going to use them, they're going to be able to use them next round. But we've also, because we've taken 13 resistance into the church, we need to draw down 2, that'll get discarded, 2 trouble cards, because it's 6 per card. So 13 obviously makes 2 cards. And now our church has these cards in, which is going to bring us some challenge. What we're going to do about that? Well, that's what we'll do in our next action. So that covers like basically 1 action where we've used a bunch of abilities and now we've got another action to go. So that concludes this little video.